Good morning. Good morning, Eagle, Nick. Oh, this, you know what I mean, Vern? We're live one more time up here at the Whitfield County Courthouse in downtown Dalton, Georgia. Check out the top of that there smoker's post. That thing's done got so rusty, it's done fell out. That's some rusty metal. It's a little bit dead this early in the morning. There ain't really nobody out here. I see there's one of the court employees parked over here. Now, this Whitfield County Sheriff's Department officer did have his window rolled down when I came up on my bicycle, but he rolled his window up out there. I guess he don't want to talk to EagleNick. They probably get sick and tired of EagleNick audits coming up here to the courthouse, but I'm not going to let them scare me off from up here. You know what I mean, Vern? But you see these spots here are reserved. This first spot and the second spot, that second spot there is reserved for Babs Bailey, the clerk of the Superior Court. We're going to walk over here and get a look at his tag number. GB3336Q. I believe we've seen that vehicle before there. 21C29. Whitfield County Sheriff's Department. And I reckon their job is to sit here and watch these stop signs to be sure nobody doesn't run through the stop signs, that they do not run over anybody coming across the crosswalks. Good morning to everyone. How you all doing? Good morning, Northwoods Media. How you doing, brother? Great to see you this morning. But we got up here a little early this morning. 6502. I wonder what this is. You see they got little red marks down the sidewalk. They go on down through here, so I wonder what them red marks are for. Hey, it is very, very cloudy out here this morning. It is actually very foggy. There's a lot of haze in the air, a lot of fog. But this Whitfield County Sheriff's Department deputy here, he had his window rolled down. His driver's side window rolled down when I first rolled up on my bicycle. Yeah, he rolled it up after he saw EagleNick getting his phone out to get ready to start my live stream. Oh yeah, that's definitely there is an officer in that vehicle. It is sitting there running. But now, like I said, he had his driver's side window rolled down when I first got here. But when I got my phone out and started to get ready to start my live stream, he rolled his window up. I guess he didn't want old EagleNick to talk to him this morning. That looks like a different officer than the one who's sitting there the other day. I guess he is not too cordial. But hey, that's okay. You know what I mean, VERN. We got a bunch of public servants coming in going to work right now, headed in to the Whitfield County Courthouse. There ain't none of them got over here yet. This here is another police vehicle. "30-minute parking only." You see that? Now these parking spots says 30 minutes parking only. I'll bet you your bottom dollar that this vehicle right here will sit here all day long. Good morning, Mr. Fred Hinkle from them there cornfields of southern Indiana. Now, that is one thing I've been talking about, that our government thinks they are above the law. They feel they can do things that anybody else cannot do. You know, this says right here, 30 minutes only parking. 30-minute parking only. But I guarantee you this vehicle right here will sit here all day long. Yeah, they think that people who stand up for their rights, they call us sovereign citizens, but they are the ones who are sovereign. They are the ones who has qualified immunity. They are the ones who hides behind a badge, a gun, and a position of authority and those blue lights. You know what I mean, VERN? Now, I don't know if this vehicle here is equipped with blue lights or not, but I'd say it is. It's good to see a Ford of Dalton tag on the front, not that thin blue line gang. You know what I mean, VERN? But we will come back and check in 30 minutes and we'll see if that vehicle is still parked right here where it says 30 minutes parking only. And I will show you what I'm talking about, how they think that they are above the law, that they think they are better than we the people, that they are allowed to do things that the public is not allowed to do just because they are in law enforcement. They are part of our government. Good morning, Haji Hunter. Good morning, Beanie. Yeah, that wind is actually starting to pick up a little bit too. It could end up coming a storm this morning. But I guarantee you we can come back in 30 minutes and that vehicle will still be parked there. Good morning, Country Banshee. How you doing this morning? Eagle, Nick, all this. Great to see you. Please be sure to subscribe if you have not already done so. But we are live here at the Whitfield County Courthouse in downtown Dalton, Georgia, the carpet capital of the world. We got carpet, crooks, and cops. And we got too many crooked cops that is on the carpet. You know what I mean, Vern? Good morning, Free Spirit. How you doing this morning? Great to see you. See, here's some more of that red paint. So I don't know what they're planning on doing up here. I guess they're going to paint the town red. You know what I mean, Vern? Yes, ma'am. I know that was you, Miss Nicole B. I just didn't want to call you out by name. I could never forget you, Nicole B. We're going to move this back a little bit. Get it up here close to the thing. Then that way maybe pick up that cigarette butt and put it down in here. Maybe nobody won't trip over it. But yeah, when I first got here and I took my phone out, he had his window rolled down. Let's go up here and ask this officer what makes him. Oh, he's going in that door up yonder. I thought he's going to come on down through here. I was going to ask him what gave that officer driving that vehicle right there to right to park longer than 30 minutes when it actually says 30-minute only parking. Now, if anybody in the public parked in that parking spot for longer than 30 minutes and they was watching, you would get a ticket for parking longer than you're supposed to. But now it doesn't matter when it's our government. And that is totally and unethically wrong for our government to think that they are above the law. Now that is what I call a well-to-do. Somebody who's driving a Beamer. You know what I mean, Vern? Somebody who is just a hard-working citizen. Maybe like this fella right here. But someone who has the best of everything. Don't have to worry about anything. Now that is what old EagleNick calls a well-to-do. You know what I mean, Vern? Thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Nicole. Free Spirit. Thank you for that $9.99 super. EagleNick thinks that you are super, lady. We do have the super chat, super thanks, and super stickers available if anyone would like to use them. EagleNick would truly and greatly appreciate it. Now that officer was standing there holding that door open. He's a pretty good old fella. He's always talked real kind to EagleNick anytime I go inside. Now I see another one of them high dollar light gray Ford Explorers with our Whitfield County government just pulled in down here. Dang, he's on the phone. I wanted to ask him a question. Good morning. Hey, sir, I'm sorry. I know you're on the phone. Could I ask you a quick question? All the way up here where it says 30-minute parking only, does that apply to that police vehicle as well, or are they exempt?
I think they're exempt from it.
What would make them exempt? Are they above the law? He said no, they're not above the law, but they are exempt. They're exempt from having to follow this 30-minute parking only, according to that gentleman right here. Part of our Whitfield County government. We're going to go over here and get a good look at his vehicle. You know what I mean, Vern? Uh-oh, I hear a bunch of my crow buddies up here. Look, there's one of them. Look, check it out. My crow buddies is making sure y'all can see them. Looky there. My crow buddy's being bothered by one of them old Dalton Blue Jays, Dalton Police Department Blue Jay. Hello, crow buddy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was on the phone. But he said he thinks they are exempt. Now, I would like to know what makes that police vehicle exempt from that 30-minute parking. You know, why did it not park over here where there's no limit on the parking like this vehicle here? You know, there is no limit to the parking over here. So that other vehicle could have parked over here as well. And they wouldn't be doing something that they would give a ticket to the public for. Look how rusty the inside of that wheel is. Check out that old rim. Good morning, Billy Burns. Look, place, county, name, label here. See, they're exempt from that as well. Now, we are required as citizens of the state of Georgia, Dalton, Georgia, Whitfield County, we are required to have our county sticker on our tags, but our government does not. There goes one of them Captain Kangaroo district attorneys going in, old Baldy. You know, back in the day, people used to shine shoes for a living. You could make a living up here shining people's heads for them. You know what I mean, Vern? They got a lot of bald district attorneys. Now, the two district attorneys that prosecuted EagleNick audits both could be in that there Mr. Clean commercial, if you know what I mean, Vern. They both got that real shiny bald head. I guess that is where their arrogance comes from, where they think they are above the public. Don't know what it is with our government that thinks they are above the law. Now, I asked that police, that officer, if they were above the law, and he said he didn't think so. But now he freely stated that he thinks they are exempt from that 30-minute parking. Now, if you'll notice when I was showing what it said 30-minute parking only. It did not say 30-minute parking only unless you are with the police department or the sheriff's department or any part of our government. It did not have any type of exclusions. It didn't say if you know the judge or if you know the sheriff or if you know our mayor or our city council or our county commissioners. It clearly states 30-minute parking only. Now, that should apply to anyone who parks there, even especially anyone within our government, whether it be city, county, state, or federal. They should be held to the same standards and the same laws, the same rules and regulations that we, the people, are forced to abide by. That is the problem with our government this day and age. They think that they are above the law. They are beyond reproach. Just because they are a part of our government does not mean that they should be exempt from having to obey the laws that we, the people, have to obey every single day. You know what I mean, Vern? United we stand, but divided we fall. Good morning, Eagle, Nick, AUDIT. You know what I mean, Vern? We are live here at the Whitfield County Courthouse in downtown Dalton, Georgia. Please be sure to subscribe if you have not already done so. Check out my YouTube channel. Double tap your screen to give old EagleNick the like. We're going to walk back around to the front of the courthouse for a little bit. I'll come back around to this side because there will be a lot of the Whitfield County Sheriff's deputies pulling into the fence back here. Good morning. Hello to you. I lean on myself. How you doing this morning? Great to see you, lady. Yeah, I guarantee you they got somebody that makes sure that the public does not park in them parking spots. It says 30-minute parking only, that they ensure that our Joe public, as we are called, the general public, they ensure that if you park in one of them parking spots for longer than 30 minutes, that you will get a ticket. Good morning, Lord 100. Good morning to you, Deadly Kitten. We still got a lot of our public servants coming into work. You see that lady there's wearing a tag pinned to her shirt, so she is definitely a government employee. And there's a bunch of people over here at that there Conesaga Accountability Courts Treatment Center. Now, they get here before anybody ever gets here to open the door. I wonder what they put in that time capsule. I think maybe we need to be up here on May the 22nd of 2026 so we can see what they buried in this thing. Good morning, Capritrus. Now, if you will be sure to check out my YouTube channel, you will see a short video that I got off of another YouTube channel where former Dalton Police Department officer Leslie Allen O'Neill Look, that dude there just is putting on his seatbelt. He's lucky he ain't already got a ticket. But former Dalton police officer Leslie Allen O'Neill went on some type of show and gave an interview. But you can click on the link in the short for the full video, all the content. You can see former Dalton police officer Leslie Allen O'Neill still sitting there denying that he made an illegal traffic stop. He still is not taking responsibility for what he done. He is still trying to place the blame on the city of Dalton and the citizens of Whitfield County, Dalton, Georgia. You can be sure there will be some crooked government that will be happy to hire a disgraced police officer. Now, Officer Bethune, who did drive vehicle number 38 for the Dalton Police Department, has went to work for the Whitfield County Sheriff's Department. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great. Love that tattoo.
Thank you.
But former Dalton police officer Bethune, I think his badge number was it might have been 634 or 534. I can't remember now. It's been so long. But yeah, that public servant said that he believes that this police vehicle, this county government vehicle, is exempt from following the signs here. It says 30-minute parking only. Now, I'm sure if this Cadillac right here stays parked in that spot for longer than 30 minutes, that they would give them a ticket, unless that was to be someone who works inside the courthouse. But that officer of the court that got out of that other vehicle that's identical to this one down yonder, he said he thinks they are exempt. Now, I don't think they should be exempt. They should have to follow the same laws as the rest of us. Let's go ask this other officer coming up right here what he thinks, see if they are. Good morning. Hey, can I ask you a question? This 30-minute only parking, does that apply to that police vehicle as well, or are they exempt? You don't know? All right, thank you, sir. I'm sure they would give a member of the public a ticket if they parked there longer than 30 minutes, though, right? Well, he said he didn't know, but I'm pretty sure he knows. Good morning, Inferno 224. Good morning, Glee. How you doing, brother? Great to see you again. Brahim Benz, how you doing? Good to see you too as well. Good morning, Brian Barlow. Please be civil and respectful, or you will see what kind of damage these Crocs old EagleNick is wearing can do to your backside. Don't think just because I'm wearing Crocs that I can't put my foot to the backside of your ass. Good morning, Christy. Oh, EagleNick's got big feet. I ain't afraid to use them either. I believe that there is our district attorney. Now, he is the one who cried to Judge Jack Partain. Oh, he's going to go over there and park in the parking deck if that is him. He don't want to park out here in the front where old EagleNick can get him on the live stream. You know what I mean, Vern? What did I tell you about them bald heads up here at the courthouse? Now, it is still mostly public service that's coming in up here right now. It's a little bit too early for the general public to have to be here. You know, if you have any type of trial up here, they don't usually start till 9 a.m. You know, you got to give them time to be here for about an hour, drink 2 or 3 cups of coffee, make a couple of trips to the restroom, sit and talk about how they beat the system, parking illegally, you know, parking longer than you're allowed to, parking in spots that is not allowed. Good morning, Rick O'Shea. We're going to walk back around on the front side out here on Thornton Avenue. They should be some of them Whitfield County Sheriff's deputies start pulling in. We might actually see Sheriff Darren Pierce pull in again. Now, when I saw him last time, he come up and talked to me for a minute. He said he was in a hurry because he was going to some type of graduation. Judge Jack Partain pulled in around the back that day, but he didn't ever want to get out of his car. There goes one of my crow buddies landing up here on top of the courthouse, keeping an eye out for EagleNick AUDIT. Tell him about it, crow buddy. Tell him we're not going to take it, are we? That's my crow buddy. Look, he just dropped a big old pile of bird crap out his butt right there on that sidewalk. That's what I think about him too there, crow buddy. That's what I think about our government here in Dalton, Georgia, Whitfield County. It's a bunch of shit. You know what I mean, Vern? Good morning, Leah Bobia. How you doing? Hey, I've told people many times I've got crows that keeps an eye out for me. Some people think I'm crazy because I say that. But I've got more live streams with crows in it than I do without. You know what I mean, Vern? Yep, we done had one Whitfield County Sheriff's Department officer pull in around the back here. Yes, sir, Inferno. They are my eyes in the skies. You know what I mean, Vern? I don't even got to pay them. That looks like a public servant sitting in there doing something. If she sees I'm out here, I about bet you she closes them blinds. You know what I mean, Vern? Yep, they must have like a garage door opener to make this gate open up. It looks like they would spray some WD-40 on that old chain. That chain is rusty as crap on the outside. You know, if they would spray some WD-40 on it, it would keep that thing from getting so rusted. You know what I mean, Vern? What's that saying go about an ounce of prevention? Oh, he's still in his car. GV8197R 23D144 23D144 Whitfield County Sheriff's Department Dodge Durango. You know what I mean, Vern? Look, dual exhaust. I bet you that thing will run like a scalded dog. Now, he's pulled up in front of one of them there little Sally ports. He can pull up inside the building there. Good morning, AKA Caroline. Good morning, Mr. Alan Davis. I wonder where he's going. Another one bites the dust, and another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, we gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. Watch, he's gonna make sure he stops before he turns. Whoa, looky there. That gate scared me when it started closing. They said, close that gate. Don't let EagleNick get in there. Look, check it out. Check out EagleNick, checking it out. You know what I mean, Vern? Good morning, Real Capper, Billy Burns. Good morning, Dan Boyce, a.k.a. Caroline. Will from Nova Scotia, Canada. Alan Davis, Leah. Rick O'Shea, Inferno 224. Robert Bruce, good morning. Sean, Brett. Shala, Derek. Boy, I missed a lot of them people in there I didn't know had said anything. I apologize about that. Good morning. Bovine excrement, a.k.a. elongated muskrat. How you doing this morning? Great to see you. Great to see you. I see 2 Dalton Police Department officers parked over there at the City Park School. Good morning, in Solo Dio. Nope, EagleNick is not anti-police, and I am not anti-Trump. I am a Republican, but I am anti-corruption. I am anti-Democrat. You know what I mean, Vern? Now, if you listen to the Democrats, you'll keep on hearing them say over and over that the Republicans is trying to destroy our democracy. Now, EagleNick is here to tell you first and foremost that the United States of America is a republic. We are not a democracy. Never have been and never should be. You know what I mean, Vern? The stuff you see the Democrats doing, that is democracy for you. You know what I mean, Vern? But if you would like to give me some help in Solo Dio, Super Chat, Super Thanks, and Super Stickers are active. If you would like to send EagleNick a few thousand to seek help, or you all talk and no action. You know what I mean, Vern? Dalton Police Department number 42. Now, it looks like he sort of waved unless he was trying to flip me off. I've never had number 42 on a live stream or a video. Otherwise, I would have probably flipped him off. That looks like, oh yeah, it is restricted. No, do not enter. They definitely have it restricted. I knew you're not allowed to go inside there. I wonder if we stand here watching that woman's window there, she'll get mad and call a po-po. You know what I mean, Vern? They liable to come out here and say, you're making her feel scared. She's scared for her safety. She's having trouble doing her work knowing you're outside looking in her window like a peeping Tom. But we have been live for coming up on, we just hit 52 minutes. So that vehicle, if it is still parked around the front, it's been parked there for 43 minutes. Or actually longer than that, because it was parked there when I got here this morning. So it's actually been parked here for this full 52 minutes. Yeah, if they want to help old EagleNick out, they can use them super chat, super thanks, super stickers, or they can send me a few thousand directly via Cash App. $1,900. New York City. You know what I mean, Vern? Look, maybe this is what's wrong with all these public servants. They've been out here eating these shrooms. That big old cluster of mushrooms. Yeah, that explains what's going on with our public servants. I think they get here early and they be crushing them shrooms up and snorting them. The eternal flame of freedom. I guess that does not apply to we the people. You know what I mean, Vern? That eternal flame of freedom only burns for our government. I guess they feel that we the people do not deserve . Well, I lean on myself. We're just up here at the Whitfield County Courthouse. I guess we're going to get ready to end it here for long. I figured we would go back up here one more time. Just to show that that government vehicle is still parked up here in this 30-minute only parking. Now, they have been parked there for over an hour. That is twice as long as it says it is allowed. But there was another one of them revenue bandits that went in. I asked a question. He said he thinks they are exempt. Now he parked out back over here to where there is not a limit on how long you can park. I don't understand why that vehicle couldn't have parked over there as well to where there's no limit on the parking. I guess they think they are exempt from that as well, that they just do what they want to because they're the government. You know what I mean, Vern? But yeah, it is definitely still parked up here. But it still feels pretty good out here so far this morning. It ain't got too hot as of yet. Now here's that Whitfield County Board of Commissioners truck. Boy, they like to park out here blocking these disabled parking spots, but luckily they're not parked out here this morning. But they are still parked in the area. If anybody else parked there, they would tow it. But this is a Whitfield County Board of Commissioners F-150. No parking, towaway zone. But this is the vehicle I was talking about. Been parked here for well over an hour. Just to show you one more time, I'm going to show you what it says. There goes another government vehicle. Look, he really did a rolling stop through that stop sign. Now, they'd give you a ticket for that. He sort of stopped, but then again, at the same time, he didn't stop. But you'll see right here, it says 30-minute parking only. Anywhere on that parking spot do you see it say, unless you work for the Whitfield County government, the Dalton Police Department, or the state of Georgia. You know what I mean, Vern? It does not say that you can park there longer than 30 minutes if you work within our government. It says 30-minute parking. Yep, that was one of them California rolling stops. At least he's putting on his seatbelt. Right here by this no parking sign. Towaway zone. GV 2353B. Whitfield County Board of Commissioners. You know what I mean, Vern? Do not try this if you are a member of the public. Do not park. Do not overpark in these parking spots that says 30-minute parking only. Because just because they allow our government to do it, you can be damn sure that if Mr. John Q. Public decides to park in one of these 30-minute only parking spots, you will get your ass a ticket and possibly even get your vehicle towed. I'd say they wouldn't give you a chance to get back out here. They would just slap a wrecker up to it and they would tow that baby off out of here, so they can continue to generate that revenue. But we have been on here for 1 hour and coming up on 2 minutes, 1 hour and 2 minutes. Good morning, Booker Dooley. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. At least that Whitfield County Sheriff's Department officer that was parked over yonder this morning, at least he wasn't parked here blocking these disabled parking spots this morning like the other one was the other day. Good morning, Terry C. Great to see you again, my friend. How you doing? But I guess we're going to get ready to end the live stream, and old EagleNick, oh, this is going to fly toward the south. You know what I mean, Vern? We're going to head on back toward that there eagle's nest. Good morning, Sly Shy 58. How you doing this morning? But like I said, don't park in these spots. It says no parking longer than 30 minutes unless you're a public servant, or they will lock your ass up and tow your car. But they are exempt from it for some reason. It looks like they could trim this bush up just a little bit. They spend all that tax money on all that bullshit. Looks like their bushes are getting a little bit unkempt. Needs a little bit of trimming done on it, but if they do it, they'll probably bring county prisoners out here to do it for free. You know what I mean, Vern? Now, I say for free, but that is on the taxpayer's dollar, because whichever officer brings them out here to do any type of work, they're getting paid, so it is still costing the taxpayers, even though it is done by inmates, if they do it by inmates. We're going to go up here and check out the front door, see if they've got any kind of notices up. I can't go inside. If I go inside, it will kill my live stream. Look, there's more of that red paint. I wonder what the hell all that red paint is. But look, the courthouse and a lot of businesses has this sign right here up. Warning. Under Georgia law, there is no liability for an injury or death of an individual entering these premises if such injury or death results from the inherent risk of contracting COVID-19. Look, they're watching EagleNick. They got a camera on me. But old EagleNick's got a camera on them this time. You got that exactly right. Sly shy. You know what I mean, Vern? Good morning, Tubal Kane. How you doing, brother? But I guess all law enforcement feels that they are exempt from following the laws, from following signage that says no parking for longer than 30 minutes. Look, you let an older model truck like that park over there where it says no parking for 30 minutes only. You let an older model vehicle like that park there for 31 minutes, they would get a ticket or possibly get their vehicle towed. Spent all that money on this courthouse, yet they got such a ratty bench. You know what I mean, Vern? Yep, rules for thee, but not for me. You know what I mean, Vern? Now, that's how our government thinks. For some reason, our government thinks they are exempt from following the same laws, the same ordinances, the same codes that they hold we the people to. They do not abide by the standards that we the people have to abide by. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's like they feel they are above the law. You know what I mean, Vern? We gonna push the bicycle around, maybe check out the front side again real quick. Now this used to be the main entrance to the courthouse right here. But they now have it where you cannot come in or out. It says no entrance on both ends. Now this courthouse was not even half the size that it is now. They had to make it a monstrosity. I do not even know for sure what year it was that they remodeled the courthouse. But look, you can check out these gutters. Now them gutters, if they are like the ones at the Dalton City Hall, Taj Mahal, what I call it, if they are like the ones at the Dalton Taj Mahal, they are pure copper. There goes a Murray concrete truck. I want to give a shout out to our friend, Georgia Regulator. Georgia Regulator, Brett C. He's probably out driving his cement truck this morning. Now, I'm pretty sure this building across the street is public property, that it is owned by the public as well. They got people out here patching up that parking lot. Looks like we've had 2 or 3 more Whitfield County Sheriff's deputies' vehicles pull around to the backside. Not sheriff, but judge, Superior Court Judge Jack Partain, a retired judge. I do not see that little white vehicle he was driving the other day. But here we have 23D 146 GB 8198R with the Whitfield County Sheriff's Department. GB 2396Q 21C70 with the Dalton Police Department. Yep, that's that same one. It was parked around front this morning. GV333Q 21C52. Or one I seen the other day. It may not be the same one. There goes Whitfield County taking a left up there on the Wall Street. Headed east on Wall Street. I would like to thank you all for coming on to the live stream. I pray that you all have a very blessed morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be. Take care of yourselves, but please take care of each other. EagleNick. AUDIT. Peace and bacon grease. You know what I mean, Vern. I am EagleNick. Well, I'm gonna wait just a minute. That police officer might be gonna walk out here and say something. See if maybe they want to walk out and say something before we end the live stream. Maybe he just didn't like being on the live stream. They usually wave at old EagleNick, but not all the time. EagleNick. AUDIT. I am EagleNick. And I'm out.